Apex Legends Season 24 recently went live in game, and we are in a brand new Legend meta. There was a bunch of Legend changes and also gameplay changes, such as the TTK, the time to kill, being changed, all weapons being buffed, the removal of helmets, and the armor being a max of purple armor, and that type of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that actually changed, at least with the Legends. We also got a bunch of major buffs for stuff like Ballistic, Ash, all the Assault Legends, the entire Assault class got buffed, and there's a few other things. So I'm going to be doing another tier list. It's going to be for Season 24. It's going to be your ranked tier list, or like your more of like a casual tier list, mainly for ranked for your average players from like silver all the way up to like mid to high tier plat. This is not a pro player tier list. This is not a top Apex Predator tier list or that type of thing, or for ALGS. This is for your average players. Keep that in mind. This is also going to mainly be a solo queue tier list, but I will be talking about if you are in a duo or a trio and kind of what the most common stuff currently is, at least from the first week or so of playing the new season, playing a shit ton of ranked, trying to grind through ranked after the reset, and then playing a shit ton of casuals, pubs as well. So that being said, let's get right into this. If you want to leave a like, subscribe, share the video, it really helps with the channel. By all means, do so. Keep on bringing these videos to you guys. If these Apex videos keep on doing well, if this one actually does well, I'll actually do a weapons tier list if this video does well. So if you guys want to see a weapons tier list, I'll do one of those if this video does incredibly well. So that being said, I'll throw the list on screen for you guys right now. We got the tiers, SS tiers, the OP. This is the stuff that is the most broken stuff in the game. You're going to want to be picking it every single game. It's pretty much the stuff that you want to pick to win. That's kind of what it really is. The best of the best stuff, the stuff that needs to be nerfed and needs some type of nerfs going forward. Just literally no drawbacks. Pick it and you're guaranteed you're just set and ready to go. S tier is your stuff that's incredibly good, but not like game-breaking, meta-defining type stuff. A plus is your above average. A is your average tier. B is a bit more below average, but not really bad at all. C tier is your kind of more situational stuff. And then you got your D tier, which is the stuff that just not really much reason to play. You can play it if you really, really want to. It's not unplayable, but there's not really much reason to play it at all. So, and there's no F tier on this list because I don't think there's like any legend in the entire game that's literally unplayable. So that's one good thing, at least with the balance. That being said, we'll just get the S tier out of the way right away. We're going to be, or the SS tier, we're going to be moving all these legends up. We're just going to get the S tier right out of the way. These are the best legends in the game currently. Lifeline, Newcastle, Gibraltar, and Ash. I never thought I'd say Ash is probably one of the best legends, if not the best assault legend in the entire game. I never thought I'd say that at all. Pretty much what the problem with these three, at least Lifeline, Newcastle, and Gibraltar, are, is they're all supports that are able to just infinitely revive people. They're pretty much the two ways to play the game, especially with the time to kill changes right now, is if you can infinitely revive yourself and revive your teammates, which all three of these legends can do, especially if they're on the same team. You only even need like two of them. You can run like Lifeline or Newcastle, or Lifeline Gibraltar, Newcastle, Gibraltar, whatever. Like, you can only really need two of them, but even like an entire team of three, pretty much what you do is you're just able to revive yourselves over and over. That way you're constantly in the fight, and you have really fast heals with the Lifeline, which is the main thing that makes her broken as well. That's the main way to play. And you have the other way to play where you kind of just beam somebody, and you're a team that has like hypermobility, stuff like Ash, Octane, Pathfinder. There's a few other legends in the game that have really good mobility. Horizon's another one. You run like a bunch of those on the same team. You just try to be really aggressive and just try to fucking roll every team you go against. That's kind of the two play styles, at least I've been seeing currently with this new time to kill changes. Either you try to keep yourself in the game as long as possible with really fast revives, or you just try to fucking roll whoever you go after and just hope you don't get third partied and you can finish the fights incredibly quick. Just be aggressive as fuck and just push everybody that you're going against and just try to take an advantage if you can beam somebody or like a shit ton of health and pretty much almost kill them. You just run at them with how much mobility your team has. Dive on that person, knock them, and then proceed to sweep the rest of their team in real fast time. That's pretty much what I've been seeing so far. That's pretty much what all 4 of these legends fit into. Ashe got also like Giga buffed. She has the ability to have 2 ults, 2 charges of her ult, which is absolutely broken. They buffed the range on her ult. They buffed the placement, so it's a lot easier to place. A lot more good quality of life changes for that. They buffed the arc snare. It's a lot more consistent now. Her perks all got buffed. Like, everything about Ashe got buffed. She has a passive now. She has a dash, too, which is absolutely busted. I think Ashe is just way overtuned. I'm all for them having legends in the game that are mid at best since they've been released and having them be good with, like, buffing them. But I think they went way overboard with Ashe. I really do. They need to tone her back a little bit, especially for, like, mid-season, I'm assuming. Or maybe they'll even throw out a hotfix. Depending on where you're seeing this, they may already have. I'm not sure, but I think she's way too fucking good. They went and did way too much to her. I don't think she needed nearly the amount of changes that they gave her. There was a few things she needed, like mainly her ult and mainly the arc snare. I don't even think she needed the passive of being able to dash, let alone getting 2 dashes, which is fucking crazy. You guys have fought a good Ashe. I don't know, I've been going against him. Everybody's been playing her. If you guys have been fighting any Ashes, man, is she fucking difficult to lock down. Especially if they at least somewhat know what they're doing and how to actually play her. The new kit and everything that she's gotten. Holy shit, is she a nightmare to go against. I wouldn't say she's like, make me want to close the game type worthy, like Newcastle or like Lifeline and those type of teams where they just infinitely revive people over and over. But like, man, is she really annoying to go against. Fun to play though, I'll give her that. Like, Ashe is really fun to play. What else we got? I'm going to kind of go through every single legend specifically, and kind of we're going to try to rank some of those. I'll throw a few of them into the S tier that I kind of think are S tier worthy now. What else we got here? I don't know if some of these I don't really know if they're really S tier worthy. Some of these you could probably argue in pro play they're S tier worthy. You probably could. Like, there's a few legends here that you see like on every single team, at least for the ALGS towards the end of season 23 in pro play. But like, some of these you don't even really see much in game, and I don't think they're really the greatest. What else do we got? I don't know, at least for right now, these are the ones at least off the top of my head I think that are at least S tier. You got Horizon, Loba, Valkyrie, and Watson. We'll kind of start with these, and if there's a few more I want to throw into S tier, we'll go through the list. But Horizon hasn't really changed. It's another one of those legends that has really good mobility. Broken passive, nothing with her's really changed. She's also really good alongside stuff like Ashe and some of the other hyper mobility type of legends in the game, so that makes her still really good. Loba got nerfed, so you can't throw your ult down right off of dropping off the ship, but she's still incredibly good and really busted. So I don't know, that change was great, but I still think she's incredibly good. Especially for a support if you want to loot up really fast. Valkyrie, the main issue with Valkyrie, or like with the TTK changes now as well, I don't know about you guys, but at least every single ranked match and every single pubs match I've played so far, the second to last circle, almost the entire lobby is wiped out, trying to rotate to like the final circle. By the second to last circle, usually your entire lobby is gone. Every single last circle that I've been in so far, whether it's a ranked game or a pubs match, has had 3 or less teams in it. With the new changes and everybody just dying so goddamn fast, people are a lot more aggressive, that type of thing, just try to rush everything they see, or people just die way too early and way earlier than before, especially in Season 23. With those changes, you're seeing a lot less people in the endgame circles. The main thing that Valkyrie does is allows you to rotate early and skip having to fight when the circle's closing or trying to go through choke points. That'll help you survive automatically. It's way more. Pretty much what Valkyrie is she's a safe pick that allows you in rank to at least get some points most of the time, just by being able to rotate early and get a spot in your later game circles. I think that's more important now than ever, and I think that's why I'm putting Valkyrie at S tier. I think she's, just for that reason alone, I think she's worthy of an S tier. Plus, she also has really good mobility. You can put her on these teams like Ashe, Horizon, Octane. There's a few other legends that you're going to really want to pair her with, like these hyper mobility teams. She's able to get them around the map, and she also has her own mobility with the jetpacks. being able to go from low to high ground whenever she wants. Just incredibly good. And you have Watson. I think Watson's actually, at least for like a defender legend's probably the best one for at least like your average tiers of play. She also kind of got buffed because the assault legends can carry more grenades, which her pylon cancels out. So technically, she kind of more of a like a kind of small buff there with that type of thing. But apart from that, nothing with there's really changed. I just think she's probably the best defender in the game currently. If you want an actual like defender type legend, or at least like controller type legend, I guess. What else we got? You know, you can probably argue. I'm going to talk about Ballistic because he's another one that got really buffed. I'm going to put Ballistic at A+ tier. He got Giga buffed, but I just don't see anybody really even playing him, and the people I see playing him still don't really do that good. I don't know what it is with Ballistic. I think he's just a poorly designed legend. I really do. They buffed the shit out of his ultimate for this tactical or his sling or whatever it is, and you can actually carry care package weapons now, and like you have infinite ammo with those, which is great for stuff like the PK and that type of thing, but overall really doesn't do that much in like the entire aspect of his kit. They buffed his ult to where I think that you can give it a longer duration and a few other perks that they buffed as well. The main thing that actually is good with them is you can carry 4 Whistlers. So even if you miss one, if you land all 3 Whistlers on like an entire team, you can pretty much prevent them from fighting back and they just keep overheating their weapon. And there's even a perk where you can actually silence them so they can't do anything, which is fucking busted. So I don't know. I just don't see him played enough. Like, that's the main problem. I think he's a lot better than he was, but I just don't see him played nearly enough. And even me playing him, like, he's good. Like, he's good, but, like, I don't think he's on the level of, like, an Ashe or even some of these other legends in the game. I think that's the main reason is he just doesn't have any mobility, and you kind of really have to rely on the Whistlers to actually try to fight people in 1v1s. And, like, a lot of people kind of try to bait your cooldowns out. A lot of people know how to play around them. If they can play around the Whistlers and they don't really track good around corners and, like, behind objects, if they bait out your cooldowns and kind of play around that, being able to die is so fucking easy now. It's a lot easier to do that, so you gotta be really careful how you play him. Still good, though. I think Ballistic overall is way better than he was. What else am I going to talk about? I think Bangalore's A+ tier. Nothing with her's really changed at all. I think she's actually currently bugged, too. There's a bug with her smoke where, like, you get, like, I think it's either it doesn't go on cooldown or there's some bug with her smoke currently that they need to fix. I don't know what it exactly is, but at least that's what I've been hearing. Bloodhound, I'm going to put A tier, just your average tier scan legend. I don't think there's anything really crazy about him currently. Really easy to play, gets a bunch of value if that's what you want, and out of more of a recon legend, by all means pick him. I think Catalyst is probably A+ tier, really good, probably the second best controller legend in the game, by far. Caustic, I'm putting at A tier. Not really much has changed. I think that the reason why Caustic I just don't think is nearly as good either is because all the assault legends also get grenades. One of the ways to actually get around the gas barrels is throwing grenades at them and letting them pop with a grenade, so they just go off automatically that way, and you don't have to destroy them or try to get around them that way. So that gives him a lot less value with his gas barrels. It's one of the main things I've been seeing so far this season. What else we have? I think Maggie's probably A+ tier. They buffed Mad Maggie now to where her Wrecking Ball destroys Gibraltar Dome and Newcastle Shield, which I don't know why they ever took that away. One of the stupidest fucking balance changes ever for Season 13 was making it so that Wrecking Ball no longer took down the Gibraltar's Dome or Newcastle's Shield, which is really fucking stupid. Same thing with like Crypto and the drone not being able to destroy those type of things. I don't know. But she got that type of buff. Shotguns are also pretty good still. You have the Peacekeeper in the care package, which is probably the best weapon, probably the best care package weapon we've ever got. And I'm going to go on a limb and actually probably say that it's so fucking broken. It really is. And you actually get the Warlord's passive, so you're able to move faster, even with like the Peacekeeper. And the Arsenals are also a thing now, so it's a lot easier to find shotguns. So if you want to run Mozambique, whether it's Mozambiques or like Mastiff or whatever you really want to run with shotguns, you can actually do that now. So it's a lot easier to find those type of things and upgrade them, which gives her a little bit more viability too. What else we have? Mirage, I'm going to put it B tier. Mirage is actually currently bugged, if you guys don't know. If you actually hit him with a grenade and he actually uses his ult afterwards, the health will actually point him out and you'll actually be able to see the real Mirage. He's actually bugged, or he got like nerfed secretly for this season. I don't know if that's actually a bug or not, but that's one main drawback right now. You're actually using them. So if you guys get hit with like an arc star or like some type of grenade and take damage, don't pop your ult afterward, because people will tell which one is actually you because it's bugged, and the health bar will actually point you out. So apart from that, I think just B tier. They buffed the shit out of him towards the end of Season 23, but like there's just so many other crazy legends in the game. Why would you pick Mirage over some of these other support characters like a Loba or like a Newcastle or a Lifeline? There's just no reason. Just outshadowed by all the other broken stuff. I think until Lifeline and Newcastle get nerfed, and even like Gibraltar, you're not going to see very much Mirage at all. Kind of the drawback. Wraith, A tier, just your average skirmisher. If you're good with her, you can put her higher on here, but I think she's just extremely average currently. Same with Revenant. I'm putting Revenant A tier. You can probably pair him with like Ashe. I've been seeing a lot of Ashe Revenant teams. If you want to pair with Ashe, it works really well. It's mainly because he has a lot of mobility and he's able to kind of be one of those type of legends that's able to go in and just kind of pop an ult and try to down people as much as possible, as fast as possible. Really aggressive if that's what you're really looking for, but apart from that, I think he's really average. Nothing really crazy about him currently. Octane A tier, nothing with him's really changed at all. Still a really high pick rate legend though, you're going to see him a lot just because he's really popular and fun to play. Seer D tier, might as well just get him out of the way. Probably the least picked worst legend in the entire game, not unplayable, but just doesn't really do anything apart from like Bloodhound or Crypto or any of the other recon legends. Pathfinder, I think, is still A+. Got a bit of a nerf towards the end of Season 23, or I think it was actually this season. I'm not sure if it was the end of last season or this season with his zip line, but whatever. He's still really, really good if you know how to play him. I think it was actually with his grapple. It was either the zip line or the grapple, one of those two. Rampart B tier. If you're good with her and you want to build a team around her, she's great, but this is not pro play. I know she's on like every single team, at least towards the end of Season 23 for like ALGS or whatever, but we're talking about your average tiers of play and mainly solo queue. You're not going to be seeing much Rampart. Sheila's great because you can just mow people down a lot easier, but at the same time, you get dove by all these other things like Ashe and some of these other legends that you really don't want to go against. Fuse. I think Fuse is A tier. I think Fuse is actually a lot worse this season because everybody just dies so easily now, so people are like not really camping areas, and that the main thing Fuse wants to do is just shoot knuckle clusters to the people that are trying to camp areas, trying to hold down an area for a lot of damage and trying to force people out, and you're not seeing that as much because either the end game circles or they're only down to like 3 or 4 squads mostly at the end game. Nobody's really alive anyways, so you get a lot less value, and even then if there was a lot of people alive, people are constantly rotating, constantly moving anyways. It's really rare to hold down a spot unless you absolutely have to in like the late game. And people just die so easily anyways, the knuckle clusters get a lot less value. It's mainly like AoE, like if you're trying to hold down an area for yourself, I think it's that type of thing, or if you're like trying to third party, it's a little bit better, but I don't think he's as good this season as he was for Season 23. That's kind of the main reasons. Crypto B tier, I think for your average tiers to play, if you're not a crypto god, I just don't want crypto on my team. Main issue is he just sits in his drone. I'll get some loser that sits in his drone the entire fucking game and never helps, and it's an automatic 2v3. That's just an instant loss, especially with the new time to kill changes. If you have somebody that's just AFK in a 2v3 automatically, you just fucking lose. Apart from that though, he's decent, but like just for your average tiers of play, I think there's way better, easier to play options. Alter, I think, is C tier. Probably the other skirmisher, like, or at least the other legend in the game, I think is really struggling right now. They have a few ways they can actually buffer, which is with their tactical, like reducing the cooldown on that and stuff, but they gotta be really careful with Alter, I think, especially with how she's designed. if they buff her too much, she becomes broken in like your higher tiers of play, and if they buff her way too much, then she becomes broken like in every skill tier. So I think that's the main issue with her, is like she's really clunky to play, and like you gotta like get as much value out of your cooldowns as possible, and if you don't know how to, or if you're not able to, then she just doesn't really do that much. It's kind of the main thing. And I still have people in my games when I'm playing Alter, nobody knows how to actually teleport to her portal, and if they do, they let the enemy team through the portal and they chase you, and they just fucking kill you anyways. So it's kind of the main thing. I don't know if they need to rework her portal to where like enemies can't go through and actually teleport to it after it opens the portal to where people teleport through. I'm not sure if that needs to go or what, but especially with the recent changes where everybody's just really aggressive, they just want to fucking run at you after they down a person. It's really rare to where you can throw it on a portal, teleport to it, and then have somebody not chase you through your fucking portal and chase you and try to kill you that way. You're just asking to be fucking killed. Really cool legend though. I think Alter design wise is really cool. I just think her kit just needs some major changes or like some buffs. I don't know what they even do with her. I think she's just way too clunky and just overall not really like your average tier player friendly, and that's the main issue with Alter. I think that's really what it is. Conduit I think is A tier. I'm not going to put her any lower. Like, you could argue she's probably lower on here because she's a support that gets dove really easily, especially like versus like a lot of these high mobility teams, and like her ult really doesn't get any value at all. Unless you're like in a last circle and there's like a few teams fighting, or you're trying to lock down an area with her ult. Like, her ult literally gets no value anymore because everybody just runs around it or rotates away from it anyways, so people aren't sitting in one area as much as at all anymore. They're usually just fighting most of the time, so your ult gets pretty much no value. The reason why you're going to be picking Conduit is if you want the extra shields, if you want to pair her with like an Ashe or a Revenant type team, she's a good third option for that. But even then, she's like outshadowed by like Newcastle or Lifeline or Gibraltar. It's the main problem with her currently. Until those three get nerfed, that is holding Conduit back from being a lot better. I think that's the main problem, but she's still a support. Like, she's able to revive people instantly and give the health regen. That alone still fucking busted. I can't put her any lower than an A tier. Still really good though. And last but not least, we have Vantage, which I'm going to put at A+ tier. I think Vantage right now is probably one of the most slept on legends, along with I think like Ballistic. I think Ballistic's secretly broken, but people really aren't giving him a chance or trying to actually learn him. And I think Vantage is secretly broken. The main thing that changed with Vantage is everybody else has lower health now. Everybody has lower health overall. So your sniper, especially early game, gets so much more value. So if you're able to like third-party people, I think the way to actually play Vantage is like trying to like third-party people, using your sniper from like medium to long range, getting a down, and then trying to go in and try to wipe both teams really fast. I think that's the way she works really well, at least from what I've been seeing. Or trying to at least get multiple kills in like a third party. Get one kill on the team that's fighting, and then the other team get one down on their team, and then wait until they finish each other off, and then run in really fast and kill everybody else. It's kind of what she does. But like, your sniper gets so much more value now because everybody else has less health. So being that it's 50 damage, you're doing way more damage. You pretty much two-shot everybody now. You two-shot everybody off of drop. I think even with blue shields, I think you two-shot them with the bonus, or the 50 and the 100. So it's really, really good. Apart from that, just like your average type of like recon legend though, has really decent mobility. She has mobility, which is a plus over a lot of these other legends that kind of get dove onto, which is kind of a drawback. But one of your better recon legends, in my honest opinion. If you aren't playing Valkyrie, I think the second one you're going to want to be looking at for like a recon legend currently, at least like your average tiers of play, is probably Vantage. It's really solid. Apart from that, that's your entire tier list. I'll throw it on screen for you guys one more time. Overall, at least with the balance this season, I think the majority of the legends are like in your middle tiers, like your A+, A tier. There's some that are kind of struggling, like Alter and Seer, in my honest opinion. Both of those need some major changes or major buffs. Not really Seer because I hate playing against him, but they're going to have to do something eventually with him. They can't have him be the worst legend in the game for like 10 seasons. They got to do something. I don't know if they're just trying to think of ideas or what they're trying to do, but You have the shit that's really broken, like Lifeline, Newcastle, Gibraltar. The fabled 3 that were broken last season that never ever changed at all, and then you got Ash up there as well that got Giga buffed. So overall, game right now is okay balance wise, at least with the legends. I fucking hate going against Lifeline, Newcastle, and Gibraltar though. Ash is still new, but I'm sure I'm gonna get really fucking sick of going against her too if they don't fucking nerf her fast enough. But overall, nerf the fuck out of Lifeline, nerf the fuck out of Newcastle and Gibraltar, please. That'd be great. I guess technically Gibraltar and Newcastle got nerfed because Mad Maggie is a bit more of a counter to both of them now, but you ain't really seeing much Mad Maggie at all, unless you're trying to specifically build a team to try to go after both of those. Maybe that's something you're weak to or you're kind of scared of. You're not really seeing her that much, so even then, I don't think it's really that much of a nerf to both of those. Apart from that, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. If you guys do not agree with me with something on this list, let me know your guys' own list down below. If there's something I did not explain fully, let me know as well. I'll try to go through all the comments. If this video does well enough, I'll also do a weapons tier list down the line, probably like a week and a half or like a week from now. So we'll see how it goes. Apart from that, I'm gonna get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching.